Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Las Vegas for Fight Up TV, being joined by Jessie Vargas, and we're on the eve of this big fight, Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. But before we get into this chart breakdown, just want to go ahead and chat with you about how you're feeling after the experience of being in your first pay-per-view against Manny Pacquiao, and what you've been doing since.
Well, being in my first pay-per-view, I feel good. I feel good I don't feel happy because of the results of the decision, just because, I mean, we come to win. Every fighter comes to win, and when you lose, I mean, of course, you don't like it, but you have to respect, you have to take out the most that you can from the experience and use it to better you as a fighter, and that's what I'm doing. And facing the best fighter in the division now, and the best fighter in the world at the moment, all you can do is just take out what you learn from the experience and use it to make you a better fighter. And if you were able to give a good, close match against the best fighter, then the way I see it is I have a very bright future ahead of me. You know what I mean? And it only made me better. And now, when I say win-win situation, the fans enjoyed the fight. The pay-per-view buys were good. I mean, we sold out over 16,000, in the stadium. So it was a great night of boxing. The fans enjoyed the fight, and that fills me with joy knowing that the fans enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Because that's what we come here for. We come here to give the fans entertainment. And I'm glad that we were able to do that.
And you made a good account of yourself. You landed a lot of straight right hands on Manny. I think most that a lot of people have seen in a very long time against an opponent like him as well.
Yeah, well, thankfully we had a good fight. It was literally a chess match. Any mistake that I'd make, he'd capitalize on it. Any mistake that he'd make, I'd capitalize on it. And keep in mind that Manny is usually a very aggressive fighter, over aggressive. And he just blows you up with a whole bunch of combinations and punches. Punches in bunches. But in this situation, in our fight, it was actually the fight that he threw less punches in years, and that's when he fought De La Hoya, Cotto, Ajiri, Margarito, Claudio. There's so many fighters, So with that being said, that just shows me that this is where I belong. I belong at this level, and we didn't get the decision, but we did gain a lot of experience, and I can't wait for the next one, for the next fight.
Now going to the fight that's happening this weekend over here in Las Vegas. Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, we have our little chart breakdown here. Power, speed, chin, experience, ring IQ, technique, ring control, stamina, and the X factor in this fight. And Jesse, I'm going to go ahead and ask for you to christen our board and put the first pick that you feel Power should go to in this fight, and explain to us why you feel either or fighter should get that nod in that category.
Well, Power, without a doubt, I'd say that Kovalev has the advantage there. He's a very strong fighter. That's why they call him the Crusher. I mean, look at his knockout ratio and knockout percentage. For the speed, I'd say that it's. I'd say they both have the same. The speed, they're about even. So I can't say anything there.
All right. So on speed, I think a lot of people have said Andre's the smaller guy moving up, so they feel that he should have the speed advantage. What do you think about that?
He's not gonna have this. I don't think it's the speed advantage because Kovalev is pretty fast himself. He has that straight right that comes out pretty quick, But not only that, I think what helps him get the speed is the distance. He has such long range, and he's not slow at all because he's able to catch guys from long distance, long range. So I'd say it's dead even. But, I mean, we'll see if I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
Moving now to the category of chin. To me, I feel they both have good chins. I haven't really ever seen them get hurt, but you're putting it on Andre Ward. Why are you choosing Andre Ward? Why do you feel it's a better chin?
I've seen him take punches that didn't faze him. I've seen Kovalev take punches that he felt. A lot of fight fans won't see it, but I did. I've seen Crusher take a couple punches that kind of surprised him.
What fight was that?
Pascal was one of them, and I believe there was another one, but I could tell that every now and then a punch or two kind of surprised him.
All right, now we're at one apiece with the categories for both fighters. Moving on to experience, both coming from different schools of boxing. Andre Ward having his Olympic background. Who do you give the nod to in this category?
Experience, I'd say it's tough. It's a tough call, but I'd say that it's really even. I want to leave it even, but I have to say Andre Ward because he's been fighting since he was 8 years old. He won an Olympic gold medal. And he's the last one to do it. So, I mean, that says it all.
I think a lot of fans would agree with you on that point, given the
Because you got to look back at the amateur experience.
amateur
The pro
accomplishments.
experience is the same,
Yeah.
but the amateur accomplishment is different. That benefits Andre, and that was actually going to help him win this fight.
Moving on up now, Andre Ward pulling ahead on Jesse's chart. Ring IQ, who do you give that one to, Jesse?
Thank you. The way I see it.
And why is that? And I have to ask why is that, because some fans are going to ask, they want to hear an insider's expertise, an insider's view like yours.
Ring IQ, because Andre rarely gets hit, and he switches up his technique and strategies just from 1 second to the next. He fights in different ways, fights in different spurts, so he builds his momentum and he doesn't stop. He might switch up the momentum at his choosing. So that's the reason why I would say so. And Kovalev, these guys, I'm keeping in mind that all this, I'm giving one the advantage and the other, but there's really no advantage. Because it's by a millisecond, It's literally like they're dead even, but just by a bit, I'd say I'm giving it to Andre.
It's crazy, though. It's those little things at this level that'll put you over in these type of fights. Moving on up now to technique. Who are you going to give that one to? Oh, wow, Sergey. You feel Sergey has better technique than Andre Ward. Why is that?
Because he has a better posture, better technique. The way he throws his punches is more the proper technical way. As for Andre, his technique is actually quite strange. That's what makes him unique, because sometimes you might throw a punch that might not have power, but it distracts you from other things. But that's not technical. It's just him doing him, him doing that unique Andre Ward style.
Sergey Kovalev getting the technique nod from Jesse. Now we're moving on to ring control. Who do you give that to? And a lot of people have told me that ring control could be a very big thing in this fight.
I can't say, man. I can't say. Ring control, they both maintain very good ring control. Sergey maintains it, giving pressure, but every now and then he'll receive a punch or two, but he still has the control. He's just not scared to get hit. And Andre, for the ring control, he doesn't like to get hit, and he makes sure to stay away from it and stay on the defensive. Stay on the offensive and defensive, so he switches it off. So ring control, dead even, yeah.
Dead even in ring control, as we're now moving on to the final two categories on here. The tally so far, Andre Ward having the chin, experience, and ring IQ for Jesse's breakdown, while Kovalev getting power and technique. Speed and ring control are dead even. Moving to stamina, who do you give the nod to in this fight?
Dead even once again. When have you seen them tired? If you don't see them tired, you can't. Yeah, so there are two fighters that come to fight, and they're, keep in mind, you see their age, 33 and 32. It's dead even. They're both undefeated. They are in power. He does have the advantage, Kovalev. Speed, they're even. Chin, they're actually even as well. I'm just giving him a bit more of an advantage because I've never seen him stunned before, even though I've heard that in the beginning of his career he got a little shocked by a punch, but it's okay. I still feel that he has a very good chin. Experience, they're both very good in experience. I just like Andre because he has that amateur pedigree, that will give him an advantage. So that's all it takes, just the amateur background. That's the experience that I'm talking about. The ring IQ, they both have very good ring IQ. It's even, but I give it to him a little more just because he does different styles at different moments, at any moment that he wants. Technique, I give it to Sergey because it's even, but Andre has a technique that is more unique and profound. Not too many fighters do it that way, so it's not that technical, but it works for Andre when he wants to. And he fights very technical. He's a 1-2 straight fighter. Knows how to carry his distance, bounces back at the right time, very precise with his movements. Ring control, they both have very ring control. I can't say it. I cannot pick one of the two by not even a slim margin. Stamina, not even a slim margin. They're both going to come in great shape. They always do.
And now the final one, the X factor, the big unknown coming into this fight. Who do you feel has that tangible that could really make a difference and really be a game changer in this fight, Jesse?
It would have to be
Jesse putting both Sergey Kovalev and Andre Ward as the X Factor. Explain that to me. What do you see there?
The X Factor is going to be decided then and there. Fight night, fight time, and it's just about whose light bulb turns on first and says, I'm going to try this differently.
You know who said that? Virgil said that. Virgil said the X Factor is going to be a combination of all these things the night of the fight and what materializes. So it's a very good assessment. As we're seeing here, the final tally now, it's close. I want to say just barely Andre edging out in one category. People are saying it's a 50-50 fight, that it's an extremely close fight, and it's showing on your breakdown that it's going to be that.
It is. It's going to be a close fight. Don't miss it. It's going to be an entertaining fight. HBO pay-per-view. And if you speak Spanish and understand it, tune into the Spanish portion. Your boy, Jessie Vargas, is going to be commentating. I hope you enjoy it. And, it's going to be a great night.
Do you have a favorite coming into the fight?
I've met Kovalev once. I've talked to Andre several times. They're both good guys. I like Andre, though, man. I get along with Andre. Just because I've been running into him more, and I see him as a great guy, and I hope that a great role model, and I hope that he gives the fans a great fight and pulls out the fight as well, pulls out the win.
On a final note, Jesse, you had this fight coming up. When's your next fight going to be, and when fans can see you back in the ring and against what type of challenge?
I'm not sure. I'm ready to come back at any time, but we have to wait and see. I have to speak with my promoter and manager and see when they want me back.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Here with Jessie Vargas, Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV. Hope you're enjoying his breakdown of the fight. It happens this Saturday on HBO pay-per-view.